Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly strategy video. I'm going to try to roll out a different video every Wednesday. I also want to try and do some live streams. I was trying to do a live stream on Facebook today, but evidently I could do the live stream, but I do not see an option to screen share. Okay, so that's the whole idea I want to do. I want to be able to share my screen with you, and I'm going to try and pick some random different currency pairs, and we're going to try and pinpoint some places to enter and place some trades. Okay, now keep in mind that there is no exact spot where you want to enter a trade because we don't know the future. Okay, and if that were true, we'd all be billionaires, right? But I'm going to show you how, you know, where approximately you want to enter a trade. And to start with, I want to just pick Euro USD, okay? And this is a default chart. Next, I will load my Excalibur trend indicator, okay? And I'm going to maximize this. And then we're going to examine what's going on. Here, we have a default 1 hour chart, okay? It's just right here, H1, so this is a 1 hour chart. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to look at all the different time frames. I'll look at the bigger time frames to get an idea what the market is doing. Then I will compare that to smaller time frames, okay, and try to pinpoint a entry point. Now, right now on the 1 hour chart, we see that it's wanting to go up. There's always a chance that it could drop even further, and this indicator could repaint and move down to a lower candle. We don't know. That's the thing about Forex. We don't know the future, okay? Anything can happen. Chances are you could buy right now because the price is showing to go up, but then it would drop. Now, I know for a fact Euro USD is getting ready to be dropping long term, okay, in the coming weeks and the coming months. In the short term, in the next few hours, yes, it probably will go up. Now let's look at the 4 hour chart. Okay, if we look at the 4 hour chart, we have a red arrow but no blue arrow. This means in the next week or two, it's going to be dropping for sure. If I zoom out a little bit, look here from this blue arrow to this red arrow. Okay, so I just want to look at the dates on the bottom right here, and we're looking like here the end of March, right, 30th of March, all the way till pretty much the end of April, okay, beginning of May. So you're looking at what, 1 month, the entire month of April is shot up, okay. So, and then here you see we had a blue arrow followed by another blue arrow, right? So there's always a chance. You can have a red arrow followed by a bigger red arrow, but I don't think that's going to happen. But anyhow, what we see right now though is definitely going to a downtrend. Okay, now I was saying this from this blue arrow to this red arrow is 1 month approximate, so we could have another 1 month going downhill. All right, now if we look at the daily chart, look at this. Daily chart shows to go up. So it has not reached a red arrow yet, and we see that we have a high point right here on this candle. If I mark that, okay, we know that's a strong level of resistance. Whenever you see a wick of a candle shoot up like that, for whatever reason, that's a marker. Okay, these banks and brokers that control and manipulate the Forex market, they do that on purpose, okay, just to set out, okay, and give you some sort of marker. You see here there's a marker where the red arrow is. There's another marker here. Whenever you see a candle pointed like that, you have a marker, okay. I call it marker. You could call it whatever you want, okay. There's no official term for that I know of, but it's like an indicator in the market that we've hit a high point or hit a low point in the market. We have a candle hit a shot down right here, and that's a low point. Okay, So we have a lot of low points, high points, etc. Right now we have a high point right here on this candle, but there's no red arrow. That's the problem. So it could go to that point. We don't know. Okay, that's just my guess based on what I've experienced, and we definitely see a marker right there. So there's a very strong chance it's going to go to that point and form a red arrow. This is a daily chart. How long would that take? It could take a few more weeks, maybe another month or two. We don't know. Now, if we look at the weekly chart, however, the weekly chart shows to be dropping. Okay, and the bigger the time frame, the stronger the signal. Okay, even though the daily chart does not show a red arrow, doesn't mean it's going to. Okay, at least not anytime soon. It could, I'm going to tell you this, it could keep dropping now and form another blue arrow even lower. Okay, typically you have an arrow form and then the next will be the opposite color. Okay, but there's no guarantee. If I zoom out, watch this. Here we have two red arrows in a row. We have a red arrow followed by another red arrow, but they're still going in the down direction, right? So it's kind of rare to see a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow, but it does happen. I was trying to see where there's like a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. Let me scroll back in the history here. Yeah, see, you could have a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow, which we see right here. Blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow. Okay, so we don't know the future. Okay, unfortunately, that's just how life is in the Forex. Now, with this indicator, only thing we are doing with this indicator is marking, okay, very strong points of reversal. All right, that's it, marking highs and lows. But as you can tell, all these highs and lows eventually will get broken and the price will drop further. So there is a very, very strong possibility that we'll have another blue arrow even lower. Okay, I just don't know. I've seen it happen. I showed it to you. We've seen this happen in the past, so it could definitely happen again. And the weekly chart is a stronger signal. Okay, so long term is going to be dropping. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit here. From this blue arrow to this red arrow, this was back in February, March of 2020. Okay, and the next red arrow came in around January 2021, maybe February. Okay, so you're looking at about a solid year, 1 year of travel. So this coming down might be a whole nother year. Okay, so you're looking at least 8 or 9 months, probably at least another year. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see from this red arrow to this blue arrow was back in 2018 all the way to 2020. Okay, so it's a 2-year span. So I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be at least a 1 year time frame before we see another blue arrow. Okay, and that's definitely going to take some time. So right now it definitely looks like it's going to be dropping. Okay, long term is going down. If you look at the 4-hour chart, it shows to go down, and it's already going down. So just to kind of get that out of the way, long term is going to be dropping. Okay, that is what I can guess. I know there's no red arrow on the daily chart, but chances are you will not see a red arrow. Okay, and I just marked this green line just to give an idea of what could potentially happen. We don't know. All right, but what we do know is that long term is going to drop. That's pretty much a given. And as of right now, within the last day or two, this has been dropping already. And now I'm making this video here on a Wednesday because usually Wednesdays are a good day for reversals in the market. And so it's dropping right now. Now in the next few hours, it might shoot back up. If you go down to the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour I showed you initially, it shows to go up. 30 minutes shows to go up. 15 minutes shows to go up. 5 minutes shows to go down. Wow. And 1 minute shows to go up. So we got some different signals here. Right now, according to 1 minute, we're kind of just moving sideways, and that's been going on for the last 2 hours roughly. And this is the 5 minute. Now the 5 minute shows the drop, and it's probably going to drop. That's a stronger signal than the 1 minute. Remember I said the bigger the time frame, the stronger the signal. 15 minutes shows to go up. So again, this is stronger than the 5 minute. So according to the 5 minute, it's going to drop. So it might drop a little bit and then go up even more. 15 minutes shows to go up. Now here we see a blue arrow followed by another. Usually when you have 2 in a row, the third arrow should be a red arrow. And the 30 minute shows to go up. We see basically the same thing as the 15 minute chart. Typically a 15 minute and 30 minute are going to show about the same data. Now when we get to the 1 hour, you see it's something a little bit different. Bottom line is this price is going to be going up, okay, within the next, I would say, next 24 hours. Now the 4 hour chart, boom, it's going to be dropping long term within the next week, maybe the 2 weeks. Okay, that's going to take time. So the bigger the time frame, the longer it's going to take to travel. Smaller time frame, you're looking at intraday. Okay, and this is good for like scalping on the smaller time frames. All right, so what we want to do next is try to pinpoint a entry point. Okay, so we just look at different time frames and see what's going on. Smaller time frames should go up, bigger time frames should go down. So we know long term is going to go down. We can do some different things here. I can mark you some different support and resistances. This is basic 101, but we have a high point here. We have a high point here where this red arrow is, and we have a high point here, even though it's not marked with a red arrow. We have another high point here on this marker, even though there's no red arrow. If we follow a line across, we see a high point here. The price had dropped, hit a support, and broke and formed a resistance. Okay, we look in the past. Past always repeats itself, and you can see in the past there's like kind of a support and resistance in the past. Okay, so anyhow, I don't think this price is going to shoot up too high. Okay, if we look at the past, we see the price shot down, back up, down, up. Now we had a big drop, but overall the price is going to be dropping. Okay, according to the 4 hour chart. Now it very well could go to this point here. Based on my experience, that's kind of what I'm looking for the price to head towards within the next 24 hours. Okay, 24 to 48, but I would say probably the next 24 hours or so, that's where the price is going to be headed. Okay, and then by Friday going into Monday, we'll see the price drop back down. So what we can do is put a sell limit pennant order somewhere in here. Okay, it doesn't need to be right on that line. I would put a little bit ways below, and what that will do is when the price here on this black line goes up, it will hit the sell limit and activate a sell trade, and then the price will drop. Okay, the reason we want to do a sell limit is because I'm going by the bigger time frames here. Okay, like I said, the bigger time frame is to sell because the price is going to drop. Whenever the price is going to drop, you want to sell, right? So According to the smaller time frames, it's going to go up, but I would not buy right now because there's a very good chance if I place a buy trade right now, the price could drop even more and be stuck in a huge drawdown. So we want to sell only. Okay. Now, one thing I want to point out, and this is not absolutely necessary, but is trend lines. Okay. Now I marked some different support and resistance lines. Okay, this is a resistance, right? And also, if you have a resistance and it gets broken, it becomes a support. Okay, whenever the price drops down, form a blue arrow, that's a support. But once it gets broken, it becomes a resistance. All right, and I'll show you. Let me mark this one here. Okay, that's a support, but when the price drops below, hold on, let me close this messenger real quick. When the price drops below, it forms a resistance. So right now that's a resistance. It was a support, but now it's a resistance. Okay, then next I'm going to show you trend lines, and this is all basic 101, but what we're looking for, we have a trend line here. We need 3 points to, complete a trend line. Also, we have a trend line like this, and this is more feasible for what we're doing right now. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 points to make a trend line. Okay, you see on here 1, 2, 3. I could actually connect like that if I really wanted to, but it don't matter. But that's pretty much all I want to show you with that. Now, when you have a price coming down like this, you want to mark the resistance. Okay, this is your resistance going down, and when that gets broken, you have a new uptrend. Okay, right now we're still in a downtrend because it hasn't been broken. Okay, so if we want to buy, yes, you can buy once that trend line is broken. But from my experience, the best strategy is to go by the bigger time frames. Okay, like the weekly shows to sell, so we want to sell only. All right. Yes, you could buy on the smaller time frames and make some profit, definitely. But to be 100% safe, I want to sell only. All right. So now I don't know how high this price is going to go up, but I'm pretty confident it's not going to go too high. So I already marked this resistance before, this high point, and I feel like that's potentially where it's going to go if in fact it forms another red arrow. Okay, and what we want to do is we're going to put a sell limit pending order below this, and then where this blue arrow is, I want to put a sell stop pending order below this. So in the future, when the price drops down more, it will activate another sell trade. Okay, it's going to take time. It might take another week, 3 or 4 days, I don't know. But this is just kind of setting up your trades for the future tense, and just kind of like set and forget, basically. This will give you less stress, and you don't have to constantly monitor your chart, every few minutes, every few hours. So here I'm going to go place a new order, and I'm going to place a sell limit pending order, and we're going to put this at 1.20 600. Okay, now keep in mind there's no exact spot to place your trades. All right, if we knew all the exact spots, we'd all be billionaires, right? And Next, the sell limit is going to be right in here somewhere. Okay, when the price goes up, it activates a sell trade. It might go up a little bit higher. You might have some drawdown, but that's okay because eventually it's going to drop anyways. And then I want to put the take profit right above this blue line, so probably about 1.2200. Okay. All right. Now I'm not going to use any stop loss because most brokers, I don't know if all, but most brokers use stop hunting software technology that can actually hunt your stop loss and make sure you hit your stop loss. So stop losses are designed just for you to lose money. All right, so I don't use a stop loss. And now the pin order has been successfully executed, as you can see right here. Now if you look at it here on the chart, we have a green dotted line that says sell limit and a TP for take profit with this red line. So what we're waiting on is the price to shoot back up and touch this, okay, and then drop and hit that take profit. Now I'm going to pull this green line down here. That's going to mark our support right now. And if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that we'll wait for that to break and the price will drop even further. If I go back to the weekly chart, look at this. It's like zooming out, you can see the bigger picture of what's going on. Right, there's the support line on the weekly chart. So in the coming weeks, it's going to drop. Okay, guaranteed. If I go back to the 1 hour chart, you get a clearer picture of what's going on. Right, now I want to put a sell stop below this with a small take profit. Typically the stop orders will have a smaller take profit than the limit orders. That's just how I do things. You may want to do things a little bit differently, but this is just what I do based on my experience. Now here on the sell stop, I'm going to put this at 1.19700, which is just slightly above that tick mark. And take profit, I'll put at 1.19400. Okay, that's only 300 pips or points in total profit. And you see this from this green line to this red line is smaller than the distance here. Okay, but you still have some pretty decent profit. Okay, and this is on Euro USD. If you look here on this red line, I have a total of 400 pips in profit, and if we look down here, I have 300 pips. Okay, so total, if both these execute and close, I'll have 700 pips and total profit, which is not bad. Okay, that's two single trades, you know, or two separate trades that you could potentially have, okay, within the next week. Okay, and that's not bad for a week. Okay, this is kind of a long-term strategy. This is not scalping, and I really try to stay away from scalping, really, because yes, you can make some money very quickly, but you can also lose a lot of money very quickly. Okay, and Forex is more of a long-term strategy. Okay, and long-term, I don't mean like years. You know, you don't want to keep trades open for weeks or years at a time. Typically, you want to keep a trade open for maybe a few days at the most. Okay, we want to try to open and close these trades as quickly as possible, but not minute by minute, hour by hour. Okay, it's okay to keep a trade open for a few days, but keep in mind you have swap fees that incur every single day, you know, every 24 hours that your trade is open. So we do not want these trades open for a very, very long time, but a few days is okay. It's tolerable, acceptable. So right now we got these two trades placed. Okay, we are done for Euro USD. I'm going to pick one more currency pair, then I'll wrap this video up, because I know you are sick and tired of hearing my voice. Don't want to show my face because I'm kind of ugly right now. I'm joking. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick, I don't no, it's USD Cad. Okay, this one is kind of oddball, but let's look at this real quick. I'm not going to go real in depth on strategy here, but we see 1 hour chart shows to go up right now. That's a very fresh signal. 4 hour chart shows to go up. It's not really going up. And remember what I showed you about trend lines? This is still in a downtrend. If I connect this point to this point, and just imagine drawing a line down, we know that this is not yet in an uptrend. Okay, so I do not want to buy for sure. If we see a daily chart, shows to go up. Weekly chart shows to go up. So this is a little bit different. Okay, look at the 30-minute. I mean we just saw all the big time frames show to go up. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute shows to go up. 15-minute shows to go up. 5-minute shows to go up. 1 minute shows to go up. Holy cow. So every time frame is showing to go up. Do we buy? No. Okay, chances are if you buy right now, it could drop even further because we're not in an uptrend yet. Okay, so what we need to do is go to like the 4 hour chart, even daily chart. 4 hour chart's okay. And like I was showing you, you want to mark your resistance. All right, so where the price has been going down from here to there, I want to mark my resistance. Now remember I told you I needed 3 points to make a perfect trend line. Here I got 1, 2 points, but no third point. So that's what we're waiting on. So this is a 4 hour chart, so it's going to take, each one of these candles is 4 hour period of time. So it could take, you know, another, I don't know, 12 hours, maybe 16 hours, something like that, for this to break. It could take another 24 hours for this to break, because it could drop more. Eventually it's going to break. We don't know. Okay. Now, since every single time frame is showing to go up, that's fine, but we need to wait until we're in an uptrend and then buy. Okay, and typically what we want to do is wait until the 1 hour, maybe 30-minute show to sell. Okay, show the opposite. Okay, and what's going to happen is that the 1 hour shows to buy. It shows to buy right now, but we wait until it shows to sell. Okay, and then we put a buy limit pennant order below that. Okay, and then catch it when it goes back up. But again, you need to wait until this trend line breaks. If this trend line breaks on the 1 hour chart, I would wait for at least 3 or 4 candles to break above and a red arrow form above, and then you can place a buy limit pennant order slightly below that red arrow and catch a buy trade as the price comes back down. So you want to buy low, sell high, obviously, but that is what you want to do. So right now there's absolutely nothing I can do with this USD CAD. I mean, it's just dead right now because I don't want to risk anything right now. It's just not a good time to place a trade. No pennant orders right now, and like I said, when you have all the time frames match up, you just need to wait. Okay, wait until we get a change in trend. All right, so that will conclude my video for this week. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, I'll put a link from my private Facebook group. Now, of course, this is posted in my Facebook group, but I'll put a link there also if you have not joined my Facebook group. And you can request to join, and I will get you added. Do contact me first if you do request to join. That way I can get you added right away, okay, with no delays. And anyhow, I look forward to helping you. Just let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.